Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to prop it up? Meet the Pop Sockets phone grip with expanding kickstand in black, your new must-have accessory. Don't miss out. Grab yours today. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Welcome to TV Times Today. Today we're talking about nepotism, nudity scenes, and what it takes to become a star. We're sitting down with Arnold Schwarzenegger and his son Patrick Schwarzenegger, who's taking the acting world by storm. Arnold, a year ago you came out with The White Lotus, and you went through the roof. Your acting surprised the hell out of me. I didn't recognize you. I was blown away. How do you feel about this great success? Patrick, well, thank you. This is a surreal moment for me, because as much as we get to talk, we would never have a 45-minute conversation about acting. One of the best parts about being on the show is the amount of people that get to recognize my work. I've done so many shows that not so many people have seen. Arnold, now everyone is coming up to me in the gym and saying, "Your son is fantastic." Someone else comes up to me and says, "I hated your son in the series." Patrick, that was the weird part. Arnold hated him. What kind of a compliment is that? They said, he was fantastic, but the character he played was so believable. Patrick, the biggest learning experience is how much people associate you with your character. I don't know how much that happened to you over the course of your career, maybe with The Terminator. Arnold, Terminator was a huge breakthrough because I was doing the Conan movies, and this is exactly what my dream was when I was a kid. You wanted to get into acting because of acting. I wanted to get into it because I saw Hercules on a big screen. Patrick, I've done it too. I've had experiences with people hating me because they don't like the character I played or liking me for a different reason. It's all subjective. Arnold, I read an Austrian magazine. They had a big cover story on you and how great you are. One of the quotes was how difficult it is to get through this because you have the name Schwarzenegger. Patrick, yeah, I feel it in multiple different ways. Mike White said that it comes with baggage, the idea that when you have successful parents like I do with you and Mom, there's an added level of what other people think. Arnold, explain that, Patrick. Patrick, it makes sense to me because Mike was worried about, if he cast me, what other people would think. Which they did care about that. People said I got the role because of you and Mom. Arnold, I'm glad you kept the name because now I can take credit. You joined a very short list of people, Jamie Lee Curtis. I think she's one of the greatest actors in history. If you show you have the substance, you can get rid of the whole idea of nepotism. Patrick, I understand how hard you and Mom have worked throughout your life to give me the opportunities that I've had. The biggest advice you gave us kids is to work hard. I've tried to honor that. Arnold, when is the last time you auditioned? Have you ever auditioned? Patrick, no, never. But my dad has been a huge inspiration in helping me learn about acting and working with directors like Mike White. Arnold, Terminator was a huge breakthrough because I was doing the Conan movies, and this is exactly what my dream was when I was a kid. You wanted to get into acting because of acting. I wanted to get into it because I saw Hercules on a big screen. Patrick, for me, it's about learning from great directors like Mike White and working with talented actors who can help push you to be the best version of yourself. Arnold, I studied the script for a month, and I have someone that reads the parts with me, and we rehearse and we do reps. The more reps you do, the better you get. It also comes from the old school. Patrick, wow, that makes sense to me. In my experiences working on TV shows, it's all about being a team player and learning from your mistakes. Arnold, so there you are, even though we have to take one step at a time. I learned from bodybuilding that if I go for Mr. Austria, I'm not going to end up accidentally as Mr. Olympia. Patrick, you've got to shoot for the top. Arnold, when I came to America, Clint Eastwood and Charles Bronson were the highest paid actors with $1 million a movie. I said, I've got to be part of that. Eventually, I made $30 million a movie, and I caught up with those guys. Patrick, one of the movies you were paid the least for was Twins. Arnold, I got paid nothing. But we came together as friends and made it happen, and that's what matters. Patrick, Carrie Coon came up to me a few weeks ago and was like, "Honey, you've got to do a different role next, because you're doing a really good job at playing a douchebag, and people believe it." Arnold, why would they? They said, Are you crazy? The more people that this guy kills on screen, the more money we make. Why would we change that? Patrick, but nobody was going to give me opportunities after Terminator. So I started doing comedies, like Grown Ups and American Hustle. Arnold, at that point, I was able to do just about anything, except Shakespeare. Patrick, Shakespeare would be great. Arnold, there were several parts I was supposed to play that never ended up being done because A, I couldn't do more than 2 movies a year, and B, in 2003, as you remember, I ran for governor and became governor, which you guys hated. Patrick, we go to the Capitol. Arnold, all of you were rebelling. Amy Lou Wood asked me, where did you first get interested in acting? And I was like, it was heaven for a kid going to a movie set with your dad. You would pick me up and take me out of school early in your Hummer. Patrick, you'd come pick me up early and you'd walk in as Dad, go into the trailer, come out as Mr. Freeze or the Terminator. We would be in the trailer, and during your breaks, we could walk into craft services, get some red vines, and we would take the golf cart and go to the ET ride. Welcome back to TV Times Today.